Hey guys, welcome back to Rooted Hearts Homestead. Today we're going to do part 2 of butchering the pig, which is breaking it down. So come along with us as we break down all the different parts and cut it into the different cuts of meat that we are going to be preserving. So what Joseph set up is they've got a sausage bowl, a lard bowl, and they're going to be doing different cuts. Now we have 4 different sides to do. This is just one of 4. So because today is so cold and windy, they brought this inside and they're doing it inside. It's just easier to dismantle it inside. We're going to make different cuts out of this. So we'll end up with the hams plus ribs and bacon and all those fun things.
On one side of his spine, so his entire spine is here. We weren't able to split it right down the middle very well. Can't remember exactly where we cut this. It's supposed to be somewhere right in here, but anyway, this is where we cut it. Wow, that cut's really nice. Happy with that knife. So I should look right through just like that. Cut right down to the table. And then come right along the table and cut through the rest of it. Now we should be able to open him up. Touch the bones. Nice. Break him. Just cut the connection in between two of his vertebrae. Right through there. There it is. Great job of cutting that, but that's okay. It's just going to go into the lard pile.
So now this is going to turn into what?
Oh, so this is a hind quarter ham. This section right here. This would be his. This would be the prosciutto. So we'll go in here, and there's this bone. It's a plate right here, part of his hip. It is his hip. This is his H-bone that we had to cut through, I think. We'll trim this off at this point. We'll clean up the face, get rid of the excess flap of fat here. This will become a prosciutto. This pig was called prosciutto, so prosciutto will have his 2 rear hams turned into prosciutto. The front ham, which is this shoulder, which would be called a picnic ham, will think we'll cure and possibly smoke those. That'll be a little bit different process. So this will be ready much faster. We'll still do the cure on it, smoke it, a little bit of aging for flavor, but this will be the long aged one. Now this pig was 285 pounds. We haven't weighed the individual components, but we'd expect in the 285 pound pig to get somewhere in the neighborhood of, roughly half that. So what would that be? About 130, 140 pounds of meat and fat. Obviously his fat cap is quite sizable on this guy. We've got the pork belly down here. This is where our bacon's going to come from. This is our bacon line. You can see he's got a pretty sizable fat layer as well. We'll go ahead and slice that apart and keep it as pork belly. With this being a little bit smaller pig, we'll split this right down here, and then it'll get cut roughly here. There'll be 2 sections of pork belly from this side, 2 from the other side. He will have a fairly thick fat cap. Now, we won't necessarily keep this for bacon, but we'll leave it on while we do the curing and the smoking process, and what we'll end up with is smoked lard. So when we do cook the bacon, a lot of this will render out. We can salvage that and then have smoked lard available for cooking purposes. She's asking me questions I'm not sure the answer to.
Cut it, eat it.
There you go. James has spoken. This prosciutto will take quite a while to be ready. The initial cure could take 4 weeks, I think. We have to weigh it and determine how thick it is to determine how long it's going to take the cure to penetrate the meat. But after the initial cure, then it's going to hang up in the cooler in a cold space until it loses a certain percentage of weight, and I need to double check exactly what that is. Once the weight has gone down to where we want it to be, we can hang this up outside the cooler. It'll be in someplace enclosed. And at that point, it'll probably age for a further minimum of 18 months. 24 months would be better, and the longer it goes, the better it gets. So these 2 rear hams, these prosciutto hams, are going to be very long process before they'll be ready. They should be very tasty. The quality of the meat looks nice. We've got really excellent dark marbling. Very thick fat layer on this side. That'll actually slow down some of the cure time just because the skin and the fat protects the meat from drying out. So this part here will actually take a lot longer to cure than the face side. But we'll actually coat this face side with a mixture of I believe it's lard and rice flour and some pepper, and that'll help slow down the evaporation from this side and keep the cut more or less balanced. We leave the skin on. It looks a little funny, but the skin actually helps us seal the surface because the skin hasn't been penetrated. All the meat that's behind the skin is protected and basically sealed. So the only part that will actually work for the curing is the face side here. And part of the reason it takes time is because it has to go from the face all the way through down to penetrate that meat. We're going to cut the rest of this top section off. We're going to cut through here. We're going to expose the ball joint. There'll be a ball that fits right down inside this. Should be right down inside here. And then once that's out, the rest of this will become just sausage meat and such. And then we'll trim up the face here and shape it for curing.
Oh, James, what are you doing?
Removing the fat. The fun part.
So that you're just literally peeling off a fat
Don't
layer?
take too much because you're also...
That's the bacon.
Right.
Yeah. But this is all one piece, and you got
Okay.
that little piece there I gotta cut out.
Hold on.
He's doing a really good job with this.
No.
It's beautiful. So we have actually quite a few things going on in here right now. So they're taking it apart. I think I'm going to bring it over here and bag it up when they give me pieces. But Beth decided that she wanted to dehydrate the ears and the nose for dog treats. This is what she's doing. In here. And she just set it up in our little toaster oven. Going there. So that is happening as well. Yeah, we're just going to continue breaking this down and making it ready for the freezer. on the Steve Cooking Show. What are you making?
Pig.
Pork.
Pork. Pig pork.
And how are you making it?
With help. Lots and lots of
Quick
help.
saute.
Ah.
About 20 minutes in the pressure cooker. Very simple seasoning.
Yeah.
Salt, pepper,
I'm
and a
gonna.
saute in large.
We
can't do that on the video.
And I need help.
Here, use the wooden spoon and flip it up. Just don't burn yourself.
I'm not.
Mom, can I put in soap? Hot.
Ooh.
Good job, Steve.
Mom,
Ah!
can I
There it goes.
put soap